How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we have another replay in the Inside the Mind series against the mirror match against Branded Despia. Before we begin, make sure to leave a thumbs up in the video, subscribe if you are new, consider joining as a member to support the channel even further if you like the content, of course. So today I want to show you one game, not a whole match, one game on how to break a branded board, how to navigate the mirror match, and how in one turn you go through so many small interactions and a lot of like advantage play, giving up advantage, card advantage, stuff like that. That was really apparent in this game one specifically. This was very skill intensive, very different builds as well, and it's really interesting to see how you can navigate the mirror. So I lose the die roll, I open Cartesia Aluber, Patchwork, Lubellion, and Tragedy. Pretty good hand, to be honest. They open basically one way to Branded Fusion, but that's enough because they have like Beast, Red, and Super Poly, which is very strong. So, of course, they go straight into the Branded Fusion. They get the Regain. This is exactly what you need to do. They actually mistake the Fusion Monster here. Yeah, they go into Lubellion a little bit early. Then this, Regain to bring back and draw, which is insane. They draw the Mercurier. They get a Mirror Jade, tribute that, bring on the Beast. Then get the Banishment. They don't even set the red. I agree. I mean, I wouldn't go like super greedy and set like 5 back row. They have so much that, to be honest, they don't really need that. They have a Negate. They have another, they don't have a Bestial here, but they have a potential draw. Beast to pop, Super Poly to wipe the field, Banishment. Yeah, it's pretty good. So now I know I'm like going up against the mirror. I always assume, like if I see 2 sets, I always assume that I'm playing against Super Poly. So the funny thing about the mirror is that nothing really like hurts like the deck basically in the mirror, because if you think about it, Branded doesn't have any negates, right? Negates is the big problem from Branded. They do have the Mercurier, obviously, which is like a once per duel basically you might get a negate, but the power of Branded comes from removal and like control over the field, so which doesn't really bother Branded itself. So it's really easy to navigate a mirror match if you know like what are the options and what are the cards, and you know like how to bait certain interactions, stuff like that. So I start with the Lubellion immediately because this, like, I don't know about the Mercurier, but this basically shuts down any graveyard interaction. So that's the first thing that I do, and I do keep it in hand as well. So Aluber gets hit with the Mercurier. Now I know I'm pretty Gucci, to be honest. Patchwork, which is going to be pretty huge because I know I'm going into Chimera here. Now they activate the Banishment here, which I think was... If you want 5% off any single or sealed product and want to support me and the channel, head over to tierzerogames.com and use code GALZO5 at checkout. Correct, I suppose, because like maybe you wait for the Chimera to be on the board. Otherwise, you kind of like, you know, if you activate it once the Chimera is already on the board, then you can fuse away the Chimera. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to target it, but yeah, Super Poly as well, so I guess that does make sense. I chain the Magnamut here, chains the Beast, leaves me with nothing on the field to summon the Chimera, which is good because I already baited 1 interaction, 2 interaction. Now, Mirror Jade doesn't really do anything to this deck, and Super Poly is like, fine, I don't even know about it at this point. But, you know, just using the Aluber and the Poly, I got rid of a body and 2 interruptions. So this is what the deck does best. In my opinion, I've always said that. Branded can play 6 cards or like 5 cards to bait your interaction, and the 6th card is going to be Branded Fusion, and I will be able to play. So I do get to summon the Magnamut and search off of it, and I still have to resolve my Poly because everything happened mid-chain. So Chimera, Chainlink 1, Tragedy 2, Imp 3, and they activate Regain because the Albion was banished, which makes sense. And they also chain Super Poly, which was a huge mistake on their end because they lose the ability to activate Mirror Jade and even threaten my board at all. And since it happened all in the same chain, their Starving Venom is just going to get popped by the Chimera, and I'm still going to draw cards. So this is exactly what happens. They draw 1 card, they draw Lost. I draw 2, which is huge. These were actually searches, and these were draws. So look at this, I end up on 6 cards after using already 8 cards this turn, which is insane. And I get to pop these. Then Despia, Theater of the Branded, of course, huge card. I go into Masquerade with the Cartesian and the Dramaturge. Dramaturge can come back. I'm not really worried about any of these because they don't have a Bestial in the graveyard. So they need a Bestial to get these running, and they don't have any follow-up in the graveyard. They didn't manage to, they didn't even activate the Mirror Jade. Nothing. They could have done that for the Chimera. For some reason, they activated the Super Poly, which was a huge mistake because now they have to rely on like drawing stuff. Activate Branded Opening, and this was a misplay and a mistake on my part because I thought that I had Ad Libitum. What I wanted to do here is summon the Ad Libitum, activate the effect, boost these by 800 attack each, then leave my opponent on like very little life points. But I didn't have it. So I figured it out only after. I get the Despia and Tragedy, which is fine. Leave him on 25. Bring back this. Yeah. They go Super Poly here, which is really, really funny. First of all, I have Aluber. Second, I have Dramaturge. So Dramaturge can trigger if it's used for Super Poly. So this is exactly what happens. They get Aquarius out of all things for some reason. And then I can just chain Dramaturge. I can also chain Aluber here to negate Aquarius. But the biggest thing I can chain here is Theater. And Theater can actually summon back the Chimera if I want to, or the Masquerade if I want to, which is really huge. So at game 2, they do quit, but I really wanted to show game 1 like how to break a branded board really, really easily and play through like the small interactions that people don't usually know. I don't know why this person quit like, mid-match, but I think the first game was like good enough to see how you can navigate like, and you can see like a mirror match here. You can see the more skillful player wins, which in this case, it was me. Just like knowing the small interactions and not giving up a lot of advantage. I think my opponent gave up just like a ton of advantage that they had. Just gave it all to me. So yeah, I hope this one game taught you a little bit how to navigate the deck and like the smaller interactions. Make sure you leave a thumbs up on the video and subscribe. If you're new, as always, consider joining as a member if you want to support the channel further, get awesome badges, exclusive members only access to a few things. Check it out. Click the join below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.